I expect that our brothers and sisters who are lawyers now should be able to come out strongly and volunteer to work for Kituo Sheria, especially to offer justice to those victims of these endemic violations by the police. I'll be giving a number which is 0700 77333. It's called the M-Haki platform, where members can send an SMS to Kituo. You can reach us in our offices in Mombasa, in Nairobi, or even Tanzania, and we can be able to assist you if you have a problem.
So it's 0700
yes, 777 333. Yes, it's called the M-Haki platform. Once you send a question, we'll answer within 24 hours. It's open to all members of the public, and it's a free service.
Okay, let's move now to ICJ and get to hear their point of view when it comes to containing proper dispensation of justice in the wake of COVID-19. What are your expectations, Calvin?
The very basic, the very first basic issue that the judiciary should embrace is public participation. And they should involve the stakeholders, all the stakeholders, in coming up with any mechanism to address these issues, especially access to justice, so that it is able to, encompass all the requirements. Number two, the judiciary should work together with the legislature to come up with the proper mechanisms, legislative framework, to ensure that access to justice in this new system that is coming up to stay with us for long is properly addressed, so that the necessary practice directions that address these questions that are afflicting the common man are properly addressed. And these are not going to be limited to questions of law, because we're supposed to have this uniformed participation both by the experts and by the common man who are going to have access to justice. Then the question that we need to embrace, and this is something that we must look at very carefully, is that judicial reform is here to stay with us. They must reform with the changes that are happening. The changes that we are experiencing right now, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 situation, should have been addressed, because the law is supposed to address both the pandemics and the war, disasters, and other situations. This is an issue that we know that at one point or the other we must face this situation. So we should have prepared ourselves to embrace such kind of issues and know the way forward. Yes, we slept and we have now caught up with this situation. We must wake up and embrace change in the new scenario that we are faced. And the basic thing that I want to address to the chairman of the NCAJ and our president of the Law Society is that they must have adequate dialogue, so that we have a concerted effort to resolve these issues, open up the courts to the public, and ensure that access to justice is properly addressed. We should not run away from dispensing justice because COVID-19 is here with us. It's going to stay with us, but justice must continue to be dispensed. And we should not avoid this question and think that only bars and hotels and hospitals and others should be opened. We must open all sectors of society. Even if it is slowly opening up, we must open up.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. And this is an issue that we must address. And remembering that, like my colleague Edward Murillo said, the commercial banks, the business community, everybody else needs to move on. Remember, the land registries were closed more than a month or two. Nobody's borrowing because charges are not being created. You can have consents being opened up by the land boards and everybody else. So you talk about the court cases grinding to a halt. It's also the business community is grinding to a halt, because you are not able to transact, you're not able to borrow. Even when the downsizing is happening, like they've said they're going to downsize in the offices, how are you going to ensure that this is working up with everybody, so that even if you downsize, you're going to do it in a respectively small portion, but not grinding to a complete halt. And that means the economy will be afflicted and will not be able to get up in 2022.
Okay, that is Kelvin Mogeni, who is the chairman of the International Commission of Jurists, the Kenya chapter. Thank you, sir, for coming and for making that contribution to the show. And also, I've been engaging Justus Munyithia, I beg your pardon, the chairman of Kituo Sheria. I do hope I was able to play in as a lawyer today. And you have been in a position to understand how exactly you can access justice at such a time when we're containing the spread of COVID-19. Now, the clarion call is COVID could be here to stay, so the best option is to embrace a strategy that will see us resume to our best quality of life. My name is Samuel Njoroge. Thank you for watching this hour, and Walter Sewe has been our sign language interpreter. I'm handing you over now to Kituo Mwangi, who is live in Nakuru with an update on this very matter that we've been discussing. And from Kituo, Shiko Kaitani will be with you, engaging health experts on various issues when it comes to the front line. Good afternoon.